Behind the rise and fall of human history lie stories of kingdoms that once ruled with unimaginable power, but have now completely disappeared. Some were destroyed by war, others by climate change, betrayal, or pure mystery. What's left behind today are only ruins, legends, and whispers in forgotten languages. In this video, we are going to explore 10 of the greatest vanished kingdoms in world history, their rise, their glory, and their tragic fall. 1. The Khmer Empire, Cambodia. In the jungles of Southeast Asia once stood one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever seen, the Khmer Empire. Centered in modern-day Cambodia, its jewel was Angkor, a massive city filled with towering temples, artificial lakes, and intricate canals. Angkor Wat, the world's largest religious monument, was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu before becoming a Buddhist temple. At its height in the 12th century, Angkor had nearly 1 million residents, while London at that same time had less than 50,000. The Khmer engineered giant reservoirs called barays to control floods and droughts, showcasing advanced hydraulic technology. They dominated trade in the region, exporting rice, silk, and exotic goods. But nothing lasts forever. In the 14th and 15th centuries, devastating droughts weakened their agriculture. Invading armies from the Thai kingdom of Ayutthaya raided Angkor repeatedly. By the 15th century, Angkor was abandoned, swallowed by the jungle. Today, the smiling stone faces of Bayon Temple still stare silently, as if guarding the secrets of a vanished empire. 2. The Kingdom of Aksum, Ethiopia. In East Africa, where deserts meet highlands, once flourished the Kingdom of Aksum. Between the 1st and 7th centuries AD, Aksum was a superpower of trade. Its capital city was a hub connecting Rome, India, and Arabia, trading gold, ivory, and frankincense. Aksum was also one of the first great kingdoms to adopt Christianity around 330 AD, long before Europe. Its kings minted coins, built massive stone obelisks, and ruled lands across the Red Sea. Aksumite sailors were legendary, guiding ships through the treacherous waters of the Indian Ocean. But by the 7th century, shifting trade routes and the rise of Islamic caliphates cut Aksum off from the sea. Soil exhaustion, famine, and isolation weakened the empire. By the 10th century, Aksum's glory had faded, leaving behind mysterious ruins and towering obelisks that still stand in northern Ethiopia. 3. The Sumerians, Mesopotamia, Iraq. Travel back over 5,000 years and you'll find the world's very first kingdom builders, the Sumerians. In the fertile land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the Sumerians created the foundations of civilization: writing, cuneiform, mathematics, the wheel, and monumental ziggurats that reached toward the heavens. Cities like Ur, Uruk, and Lagash were bustling centers of culture and trade. They worshipped a pantheon of gods, building vast temples to honor them. The Sumerians gave humanity its earliest laws and literature, including the famous Epic of Gilgamesh. But constant wars between city-states drained their power. Soil salinization from over-irrigation made farming difficult. By around 2000 BC, invaders like the Amorites and Elamites toppled their cities. What remains today are ruined ziggurats rising from the desert, silent reminders of humanity's first great experiment with kingship. 4. The Indus Valley Civilization. Pakistan and India. Long before Rome or Athens, the Indus Valley civilization thrived along the Indus River. Cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro were marvels of urban planning with straight streets, advanced drainage systems, public baths, and even multi-story houses. Around 2600 BC, they traded cotton, beads, and metals as far as Mesopotamia. What's striking is that the Indus people left no palaces or grand monuments, suggesting they were a remarkably equal society. Their script remains undeciphered to this day, leaving their language and many of their secrets hidden. But by 1900 BC, the civilization declined. Some believe shifting rivers and climate change ruined agriculture. Others argue invasions played a role. By 1500 BC, the cities were abandoned, their bricks reused by later generations. Today, Mohenjo-Daro's ruins stand in silence, a ghost city of one of the world's oldest and most mysterious kingdoms. 5. The Mayan Civilization, Central America. Deep in the jungles of Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras, the Mayan civilization built towering pyramids, vast cities, and intricate calendars that amazed even modern scientists. Their cities like Tikal, Palenque, and Chichen Itza were centers of astronomy, mathematics, and ritual sacrifice. The Maya charted the movements of the stars with breathtaking accuracy. They developed one of the world's most sophisticated writing systems and carved histories into stone stelae that still stand today. But sometime around the 9th century AD, many great Maya cities were mysteriously abandoned. Droughts, overpopulation, deforestation, and wars between city-states may have triggered their collapse. Yet the Maya never fully disappeared. Millions of Maya descendants still live in Central America today, carrying forward traditions of their ancestors. Their vanished kingdom remains one of history's most captivating puzzles. 6. The Hittite Empire, Anatolia, Turkey. The Hittites were fierce warriors who dominated much of Anatolia and the Middle East during the 2nd millennium BC. They clashed with Egypt at the famous Battle of Kadesh in 1274 BC, one of the largest chariot battles in history. Their capital, Hattusa, was a fortress city filled with stone walls, lion gates, and archives containing thousands of clay tablets that revealed their laws and treaties. They mastered ironworking, giving them powerful weapons that shocked their enemies. But around 1200 BC, disaster struck. A mysterious wave of destruction known as the Sea People's Invasion swept across the Mediterranean. Combined with famine and internal strife, the Hittite Empire collapsed. Their capital was burned, and their power vanished from history. For centuries, their existence was only mentioned in the Bible until archaeologists uncovered their lost cities in the 19th century. 7. The Olmecs, Mexico. Before the Maya or the Aztecs, there was the mysterious Olmec civilization in southern Mexico, flourishing from 1200 to 400 BC. They are known as the mother culture of Mesoamerica because so many later civilizations borrowed their ideas. The Olmecs built giant stone heads, some weighing over 40 tons, with faces carved in stunning detail. Scholars still debate who these heads represent: kings, warriors, or even ball players. They were the first in the Americas to develop writing, calendars, and ceremonial centers. Yet their civilization suddenly disappeared. No one knows exactly why. Was it environmental disaster, warfare, or social collapse? The jungle reclaimed their cities, and today, only the giant stone heads remain, staring silently across the centuries. 8. The Nabatean Kingdom. Jordan, hidden in the deserts of Jordan, lies Petra, the breathtaking rock-carved city of the Nabateans. Flourishing from the 4th century BC to the 2nd century AD, the Nabateans controlled vital trade routes carrying spices, incense, and silk across Arabia. Their capital, Petra, was carved directly into red sandstone cliffs, with temples, theaters, and tombs rising dramatically from the rock. Their mastery of water management allowed them to thrive in one of the harshest deserts on Earth. But after the Romans conquered them, Petra slowly declined. Earthquakes damaged the city, trade routes shifted, and the kingdom vanished into history. Rediscovered in 1812 by a Swiss explorer, Petra is now one of the new 7 wonders of the world, a haunting relic of a vanished desert kingdom. 9. The Kingdom of Kush, Sudan. South of Egypt, along the Nile in modern-day Sudan, rose the Kingdom of Kush. From around 1000 BC to 300 AD, Kush rivaled and even conquered Egypt at times. Its rulers were buried in pyramids not as massive as Egypt's, but more numerous, dotting the desert in hundreds. The Kushites were masters of archery, often called the bowmen of Africa. They controlled trade along the Nile and built cities like Meroe, filled with iron-smelting furnaces that gave them military might. But over centuries, deforestation, overuse of resources, and shifting trade routes weakened Kush. By the 4th century AD, it collapsed, leaving its pyramids to be buried under desert sands. Today, Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt, though far fewer tourists know about them. 10. The Inca Empire. South America high in the Andes Mountains, the Inca Empire rose as the largest empire in pre-Columbian America. Stretching over 2,500 miles from Ecuador to Chile, it connected its lands with an advanced road system longer than even Rome's. The Incas built breathtaking cities like Cusco and Machu Picchu, terracing mountainsides for farming and worshipping the sun god Inti. They developed a unique record-keeping system called quipus knotted strings instead of written words. But in the 16th century, Spanish conquistadors arrived. Armed with steel weapons, horses, and diseases like smallpox, they devastated the Inca Empire. In just a few decades, one of the world's greatest kingdoms collapsed. Yet Machu Picchu survived, hidden from the conquerors, only to be rediscovered in 1911, a silent witness to a fallen empire. From the jungles of Cambodia to the deserts of Jordan, from the pyramids of Sudan to the mountains of Peru, these vanished kingdoms remind us that nothing is permanent. Wealth, power, and glory may shine for centuries, but eventually, even the mightiest empires crumble into dust. Which of these lost kingdoms fascinates you the most? Would you want to walk through Angkor's silent temples or stand before Petra's rose-red walls at sunset? Until next time, keep exploring the forgotten corners of our past.